Okay, chat, it's time. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're back on the Walten Files Twitter once again, because we got a Walten Files Q&A that happened yesterday. I didn't even make a post about it, to be honest, but now we're gonna make a video on it, because I think the Q&A is pretty much over now, so we can finally go and, do it. So let's do it. Let's go and each do what we usually do. Martin did give us a teaser. So and it's not really a big one. It's just like the house that we've already seen in a teaser, but in a different angle. So at least we get to see more of the background and see that there's trees, I guess. Also, I don't know if this is the Walten house or the Little Barnes neighborhood house, because, I have no idea, because the background looks all weird, but maybe it's a Rosemary cartoon or something. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. But it's interesting, and seems like progress is being made. Anyway, let's go and... Martin answered this question. So, this is me, by the way. I am one of the admins in the Walten Files, Daily Walten Files account, and I did ask this. Since we know that episode 6 is an hour long, how confident are you of the pacing so far? Do you think the pacing will be good? Because that's a really long episode, the longest to date, so I'm really curious about that. If you guys didn't know, Ayla said that Walten Files 6 will definitely be an hour long, which is why I said this. But Martin did say, I'm not sure if the episode will be an hour long. That's just, it was Ava's estimate, but I'll definitely say it's long. But honestly, I trust the runtime completely. Unlike 3, there's always something going on in 6. So yeah, it's more okay, so that 1 hour estimate isn't really confirmed. It's more just an estimate, but it is definitely going to be long. And luckily, the pacing seems to be somewhat good. Despite being a long episode. So, I don't think no one will be bored. You know, like how in Bunny Farm, where, sometimes nothing just happens at all. Episode 6 is gonna be something happening all the damn time. So, I think you'll probably will have your this episode will be able to keep your attention for a long time. So, yeah, that's good to know. I wanted to ask that because it's the only thing I could think of at that time. Will upcoming episodes take a closer look at trauma or mental health in the 70s? I don't know how to pronounce these words, I'm sorry. And Martin says, slightly touches upon the latter, yes. So I'm assuming this means that, we're gonna learn what mental health was like in the 70s. You know, because Rosemary's gonna be depressed and shit. So, yeah, that's cool. That's maybe not cool, because technically that's pretty bad, because that means, wait, why is it not working? Oofies, I need the questions. I need the answers, bro. I don't have time. Anyway. Another question, would you probably consider making minisodes or something taking place in the Walten Files universe? Martin says, absolutely. I have a box full of ideas that aren't good enough to be episodes in themselves, but would be great as minisodes, which is really exciting because minisodes could really help. I know a lot of people don't like waiting for episodes, so minisodes could be good substitutes for waiting for the main episodes. I don't think there's gonna be a minisode coming soon. I feel like if Martin is going to make minisodes, I think it'll probably be after episode 5 and 6, at least in my opinion. So, yeah, at least that's something to look forward to while waiting for season 2, I guess. Why did you change the VHS filter? Martin said that because we are putting too much detail in the new visuals, and I couldn't stand how much, is that the VHS filter? Is that what it's called? I don't know what the... Birches the quality completely, so we switched to a one with a clear image, which is thank God, thank the fucking Lord, thank the Lord. This is the best decision that Martin's ever made on the series, period. I'm so happy he's changing the VHS effect because I'll be for real, it fucking sucks. It sucks so bad. I mean, it's not that bad. Okay, it's not like awfully bad, but like it's so annoying. And I hope it also fixes the audio as well. I'm assuming it will, probably. And also, this kind of confirms that like the new scenes that are being put into episode 5 and 6, is gonna have a lot of visuals. It's gonna have a lot of cool. I'm assuming cool hidden stuff that you probably won't be able to see on your first watch. So like rewatching it is actually going to be really fun and maybe even important in some way. So yeah, rewatching the episode definitely has a reason now. Martin, will there be secret tapes for 5 and 6, like Lucky You and Guilty? I mean, we already knew this, but yes, there will be secret videos for both, which is exciting. That means like, episode 5 and 6 are already long episodes, but that doesn't even include the secret videos as well. So, that's exciting. Oh, almost knocked something over. Which Wolfhouse character smokes cigarettes, cigars, or whatever? And Martin says, it's Charles sometimes, and definitely Jack. Yeah, definitely Jack. I can definitely see that. Any major characters going to be introduced in 5 and 6? And Martin says, 3 new characters. Though they're already known, but this is where they enter the main story properly. Okay, this is an interesting answer, and personally thinking, I think this is either gonna be Norman, since that character we know is kind of important, and he's only been a name drop in episode 4, and you have to dig deep into episode 4 if you want to see that name pop up, and also the websites as well. Although actually Susan says his name as well in episode 4 as well, so never mind. But who else? Derek Collins, the police officer, is definitely one of them has to be him, because like we literally see a police officer as one of the teasers. I know that's an old teaser, so it might be outdated now, but it's still a teaser that could happen. So I'm assuming, and we literally see someone looking at a newspaper and or pictures of the Walten family in like the season 1B trailers. So like there's also more evidence that it might be a police investigation or something. So who else? Chris maybe? Although I don't know. Who else? I know I had someone else in mind. Jason Putrick. I know that character's been memed on because people think that he's fucking Bond for some reason, but I don't know if he'll show up. I think he might be too dead. I think he's probably just a character that exists, I guess. That's my only guesses I can think of. If you guys have any other guesses. Oh yeah, this one was his sister as well, I guess. I don't know, I forgot her name, but she does have an official name. She could actually make an appearance in in episode 5, maybe calling her or something. Maybe Linda. I mean, Linda technically. I mean, I know that Linda showed up in episode 3 with her notes, but she didn't actually have a voicing war yet, so maybe. I don't know. But pretty exciting stuff. What state of production are you working on currently? Martin says, storyboarding the new scenes we planned since last year. So yeah, we're done with the script. Now they're working on the storyboarding right now. And they seem to be making progress, so that might even be almost done right now. And after that, we'll answer that in this Q&A. How do you feel about almost finishing season 1 for the past 5 years? And Martin says something kind of emotional, I won't even lie. It's insane to have this project I worked on for so long finally having its closest thing so far to like a little closure, so that people can watch it start to finish and feel satisfied with the way it's shown as its own individual season. When Martin said this, my brain was like, damn, Wolfhouse 5 and 6 might actually be coming out soon. Like, damn. But this is like the first time in a while where I was like, damn, it might actually come out. Because my brain is still like, yo, this shit never coming out, like, at all. But this is like, damn, it might be good. We might be getting there. We are slowly but surely getting there, and yeah, it feels different. Since we're finally at the end of season 1 after 5 years, And I know that may sound like a complaint, but I don't really care. The fact that I can actually watch the series, like the entire series again, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be definitely doing that, and I know that a lot of people, you guys are probably going to do the same thing too, where you're just going to like watch the series all over again from episode 1 to episode 6 and just see how it is as a full, complete season with like 3 hours of content, because I'm assuming it's going to be 3 hours with the way things are right now. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And a lot of newcomers can show up too. Like, it's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. Won't Follows 5 and 6 are definitely dropping this year, for sure. It's not even a question anymore. I am so confident even, I could bet my whole life savings. If it doesn't come out this year, I will pay every single person who's ever subscribed to this channel $5 billion. There you go. Anyway. Will we get more Susan content? And Martin says yes. So, Susan died in episode 4, and that's sad, right? But don't worry, because she will make an appearance again in episode 5 and 6, probably before her death. Like, we're probably going to see dates, like, in the timeline of her, before her death, so, like, before June 30th. Maybe we'll see what the opening day was like. I don't know. But we'll definitely see some, because there is that leaked script. Remember that, okay, actually, I don't think you guys do, but Cal made a live stream a few days ago, a week, I don't know, where like Coraline sent him like a leaked script. Like, it was a meme. It was edited, but it was still kind of like a full script. And one of them was like a script of Susan and Felix talking. So like, yeah, there you go. Susan and Felix Kranken interaction is definitely happening, which is interesting. But yeah, we will get more Susan stuff. What order do you usually do to start an episode? From 2021 to 2024, we'll do this really destroyed thing where we'll just pick the parts we're most interested in at the moment and work on those first and the more boring stuff later. It was after Return of the Pumpkin Rabbit where we decided to do a smooth start to finish order for production. And it's insane how much faster things flow that way. I might actually explain why there's like, when you look at teasers of like Won't Files Free, like you see like scenes of like the beginning portion, the end portion, the little bit of the middle, the end again, and the beginning, like just a bunch of teasers from like when you actually watch the episode. It's just like a bunch of random shit. Like, yeah, but so it's interesting. But yeah, now they do like, they actually start from the beginning and then they go to the end. So that's cool. Pretty smart, actually. Was Rose's death scene always going to be in 5? And then Mon just sends a gif which just says, "It's complicated." Do I know what that means? I have no clue what that means. I guess maybe Rose's death was maybe not supposed to be in episode 5 at one point, or maybe it was, but it's like much more different now. Like, I don't know, man. I really hope that maybe when behind the scenes, maybe when the commentary video, behind the scenes, or whatever, QNA, whatever happens in the future, maybe we get to see what he means by this. But how difficult was it to write 5 and 6? Was the scenes where you just thought, oh yeah, they're gonna love this? And Mon says, me and Ao lost our minds writing one particular scene near the end of the season that we really loved making. Episode 5 and 6 were really difficult to write, as there'll be scenes where we'll struggle for a lot of days to get through, solely because characters wouldn't feel right. Yeah, it does sound like a struggle. Probably, I feel like writing these series is probably harder than actually making it. Because you gotta think about so much, especially the high expectations that this series has because of how long it's been. But I'm sure it'll be fucking amazing. And they seem to be, and Mon and the crew seem to be excited about the things that they've written so far. So I'm pretty excited for it. Apologies if you already answered this, but what exactly would you have done differently in Bunny Farm? And Mon says, obviously, make it twice as shorter holy shit, it drags. And yeah, I 100% agree. And it's funny because like Bunny Farm previously, back when it was being made in 2020, was gonna be pretty much that, whereas it was gonna be like shorter, but then it became longer and stuff. After the whole computer shit broke, so it's kind of funny. I wonder if, like, when the Bunny Farm remake comes out, like, how long will it actually be? Will it be, like, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Maybe, like, 30 minutes, I feel like it will probably be. Which actually would flow much more. And I won't feel like it's a huge difference. Because episode 4 is only, like, 36 minutes and stuff. And then episode 5 is, like, 40 minutes. And then episode 6 is either 50 or an hour long. So it might actually flow naturally better if it was like 30 minutes instead of, an hour long. So it's going to also be interesting when that remake comes out, like putting it in like the watch list of WON files instead of the old one. It's going to be interesting. Hi Mon, how much the Bunny Farm is considered canon and not canon? Then Mon says, all Bunny Farm is still canon, we only retcon the bear character stuff. But it's not necessarily a retcon because its original purpose was never revealed, so episode 3 is still canon. Yeah, obviously, Bunny Farm... Yeah, Bunny Farm is obviously canon. It's not gonna... Like, it's still, like... Despite everything, like, it's still one of the most important episodes. Really only because of, the whole car crash bit, but, also, it kind of sets up the future of the series as well. But yeah, Showbear, that character is pretty much done. Gone forever. But he is getting replaced. But Mr. Snow did get confirmed that, like, it's not going to be a huge character. So if you're thinking, like, Mr. Snow or something is like Jack Walten or something, which I heard a lot of people say, especially nowadays, I'm sorry to say this, but you are completely wrong. Like, really wrong. Like, you are absolutely the most wrong you ever. Because that character is not important at all. Maybe it's important in episode 3. I don't know if that... To be honest, I don't even know if that event is considered canon anymore. Like, I mean, everything else is canon, but is that event canon? Maybe that's Mr. Slow now? Honestly, I don't even know anymore. But yeah, Mr. Snow is not really... He does show up in episode 5 and 6, apparently, but... He's not going to have, like, a big appearance, and, like, it's just going to be, like, yo, cool. We're probably just going to see, like, in the Walten house, we're probably going to see, like, Mr. Snow standing in the fucking corner or something. In Sophie's room or something, like, that's the only thing I can really think of that will probably happen. But we'll see. Next, do you think the series will reach a point where yourself will no longer consider LCore? I'll answer this by saying we as a team personally don't consider LCore anymore just an animated horror web series. Specifically since 5 and 6 are 100% animated from start to finish, even the found footage parts. In fact, since 2023, I started referring to 1 to 3 as the LCore era and 4, 6 as the cinematic era, considering how we definitely explored just about all we could have explored from the LCore genre in 1 to 3 before we start getting repetitive. And honestly, that's fair. Honestly, I know a lot of people debate on if the LCore portion of the series is better than the cinematic, or the cinematic is better than the LCore. And my state on it, I don't even care. I mean, honestly, I think the cinematic parts are better because it's just way more fun and interesting to me. Like, and also, I feel like without the cinematic parts, I feel like the series probably would be canceled by now. Because, like, I don't know, man. LCore is such a limiting genre. Like, with the story of the WON files, like, you could probably get away with it, but, like, probably get away with it for the first few episodes, but, like, once you get into, like, the Sophie and Jenny part of the story, like, how do you even do LCore at that point? Like, do you just take, like, a point of view of Sophie and just have the entire rest of the series be her just holding a camera and that's it? Like, it's just gonna be boring. And then not only boring to watch, but also boring to make. Like it'll be... And probably harder, because, I mean, you gotta do, like, a lot of visual shots for the camera part, which could be annoying to make, but I don't know. I just feel like it'll be not as fun to watch if it was LCore or found footage like always. And I feel like eventually it's gonna grow repetitive, especially since episodes are taking a long time and stuff. I think cinematic just makes the series feel more unique in a way, and also, you know, make it stand out way more. Because, like, Lone Files is always mocked by a lot of people being like, you know, spooky, bad LCore with the spooky faces. But with the cinematic parts, like, it makes the series stand out more than just an LCore series on YouTube. It makes it feel much like, it makes it feel like much more than that. And it makes people actually take it seriously. You know, the most satisfying thing is like when looking at people who hated episode 1 to 3, and then like when episode 4 came out, they're like, damn, this series is actually not as bad as I thought. And that's only because like the cinematic parts are really visually pleasing and really good in the storytelling. I mean, it makes the storytelling good too. Like, yeah, it's different, but like, I honestly love the cinematic parts, and I think it makes the series much better as a result. So yeah, that's my opinion at least. I don't know. People can have different opinions though. It's okay if you think that the LCore portion is better. I mean, I disagree, but like, you know, it's your opinion. As long as you're not a dick about it, that's all that matters to me. Anyway, 5 and 6 still set the week apart. Obviously, we knew this already. Yes, it's happening. I'll be honest, I kind of wish it was 2 weeks apart. I feel like a week is a little, you know, I don't mind it because, I mean, it's a week, but yeah, I feel like 2 weeks is enough to, like, you know, get me to breathe a little bit, to process all the information episode 5 gave and stuff. But a week I could probably deal with that. Roughly how much of Warnaments Files 5 and 6 were rewritten? Funny enough, only 5 scenes were rewritten. The rest just complements the episode themselves or entirely new scenes. Okay. 5 scenes were rewritten. So, yeah. With season 1 being finished writing wise, is there all that left to do is finishing up the animations and recording voice lines now? Amon says, yep, there's storyboarding to account for, but it doesn't take nearly as long as writing. So yeah, after storyboarding is pretty much like just animating the scenes. And I don't know how long animating usually takes nowadays, like, because like these scenes are much more longer than the parts in episode 4. So it might take like maybe like a week or two to get through one scene, but I don't know. But I feel like the episode will still be able to come out this year. Honestly, maybe even in July or August, but I don't know. We'll see. How long did animating take for episode 4? Then Mon says, funny enough, 4's released animated parts were made weeks before release, and considering storyboards and animation and editing, I say each took around 5 days. Now, I wouldn't measure current stuff with that because those were scenes made specifically to get finished fast. So that's actually pretty impressive. The scenes in episode 4, you know, the ones that actually look different compared to like the old visuals in that episode, those were animated like weeks. So like pretty much in January of 2024, and they were finished pretty fast. Like the fact that they were able to do all of that, do all the storyboarding and animation and editing, all in that in just 5 days, like that's pretty impressive. Like, of course, like Mon says, we can't like venture it. We can't like say like, oh, the new scenes are gonna be like that too. So that means the episode's coming soon, because I mean the new scenes are most likely much longer than episode 4's new scenes. So, but hey, I mean, I still think it might come out soon. I still think it'll come out in July 18th and July 25th. Come on. I'm literally betting all of my mutuals and subscribers' souls on that. So I hope I'm right. Otherwise, you guys are all fucking dead. So you better hope. Will the Warnaments return in future projects? Mon says, I'm really content with their appearances in the VHS film thing. I don't know how I could have them back after that. And you know what? That's fair. Honestly, I don't want Martin to, you know, fucking milk these characters because of the Return of the Punk Rabbit getting like 2.1 million views. Because I think the VHS is a perfect ending to the characters. Well, I don't know yet because I haven't seen the thing yet, but I'm sure it at this point I think it's probably for the best that is the last appearance of Punk and Rabbit forever. Maybe plushies, maybe they can show up in spin-off content, but that's about it. Now that episode 5 and 6 are officially done being written, which one are you most excited for us to see? Mon says, it depends on the day. The days I work on 5, I can't wait for people to see it, and the days I work for 6, I really, really can't wait for people to see it. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. Martin is really excited for the new scenes or whatever is in episode 5 and 6 for us to see. And I'm excited to see it as well because I know it's going to be fucking good. And then Martin says, how's the VHS for the Punk and Rabbit going? And then Martin says, they're finished and currently shipping. So, yeah, they're finished. Obviously, we knew that. But they're shipping now. So, if you bought your VHS in the beginning, during the beginning when it was first revealed, you're most likely getting yours pretty fucking soon, like really soon, like maybe in the next few days or a week, I don't know, or 2 weeks, I don't know. Of course, it's not really like everyone's gonna get, because like it seems like this shit, like this VHS film, actually was like one of the most best-selling VHS things that Retro Studios has, according to their website. So, people really wanted this VHS. A lot of people bought one, surprisingly. I don't know how people have the VHS players still, despite how old they are, but I guess more people have them more than I thought. Lucky. And also expect some leaks happening soon. You might see some videos popping around in your recommendation being like, the Tales of the Punk and Rabbit 4 VHS film. And it's the 4 fucking thing, so I don't know if it's going to be high quality or low quality, like someone recording on a fucking phone or something. I don't know. But we're definitely going to be seeing that in our recommendations. So, look forward to that if you want to watch it, I guess. Is it possible both chapters released this year? And Martin says they will release a week apart and we are working at them at the same time. We are currently storyboarding the new scenes. Martin did not answer that fucking question, but I am definitely thinking that it's coming out this year for sure. I think he'll be able to, I think they have like 6-7 months before 2025 ends. I think they'll be able to easily get through that. So I'm like 100% sure it's coming out this year. No, I bet $1 million on it. Okay, do you think LCore is dying or not? And then mine gives a pretty big response to that. LCore hasn't died per se, but I feel like it's decided to remain in a place as a genre where it doesn't need to improve or evolve, as its main focus is just delivering fast food levels of scares, most probably hovering around whatever scary thing is trending. You could just tune in and out of. Most series I've seen that are past that no longer considers themselves LCore, which I think says a lot. And that's fair. Yeah, I don't really like the state that LCore is in right now. Honestly, a lot of it's just the same old thing. Like, if I'm being honest, yeah, I tolerate it, but, it's not... Honestly, it doesn't really feel like there's anything really good anymore. And when it is something good, it gets drowned out by the not-so-good things. If you like LCore, that's perfectly fine. I honestly, Foxy Mation, I know a lot of people shit talk a lot and be like, yo, that LCore is ass. But, honestly, I'm gonna say it. His new stuff, they're not bad. This new stuff is actually pretty cool. It's a lot like Dr. Nowhere, but honestly, I would rather that than the little fairy tale LCore, as much as I weirdly enjoyed that series as well. Especially at the ending. But yeah, but a lot of it is just the same stuff, and a lot of it's getting worse because people keep using the stupid stick figures again, and a lot of it's just stolen content, and it's just fucking awful. It's so bad. I'm sorry, dude. It makes me feel weird. Dead by Daylight X The Warren Files. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Why do you all just recommend shit like this? Like, you really think that something like this is ever gonna happen? Like, FNAF is having a... Like, people say fucking Fortnite X Warren Files, but FNAF is not even in Fortnite. Do you really want people to fucking be like, yo, FNAF... Yo, Warren Files is fucking ass. Why is this garbage ass shit... VHS ass shit is in Fortnite more than FNAF. Like, that's impossible. It's fucking ass. It's gonna be a fan war. Do you want a war to happen between the fandoms? Like, no. Stop recommending this. It's not gonna happen. Sorry if I'm rude, but seeing stuff like this all the damn time, because I see it in replies all the time, it's not gonna happen. And it will probably just make people mad that this LCore series is in a fucking game instead of this series or that series or whatever. It's not gonna happen, and it's just gonna cause a fucking it's just gonna cause a war, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. And mine doesn't even like Dead by Daylight, so it doesn't even matter anyway. Anyway, next question. How good of a kisser is fucking Bon the Rabbit? I mean, if he has no lips, I doubt he could even kiss someone. Sorry to anyone that likes Bon. But also, like, how the fuck does Bon not kiss Shaw then? Anyway, next... never mind. That is the last question. Okay. That is the last question of the day. Yep, that's it. Is that... Maybe there's another one? Updated, maybe? No? Okay. That's it. That is the Q&A of the day. That is the Q&A of the Walten Files. It seems like he's doing monthly Q&As too, like May Walten Q&A. There might be a June Q&A where we might get another update and see what he's doing at that, what he's working on at that point and stuff. So I mean, it seems like he's doing monthly Q&As actually. I gotta check to see if he done any April ones because I don't remember if he did or not. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.